Well, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the late start here. Thank you for hanging in. Rob Bonta, California Attorney General, and appreciate you joining us. I want to begin by thanking and acknowledging the California Department of Justice's Consumer Protection Section, who made today's announcement possible. Our skilled attorneys and our support staff have been working day in and day out for years to secure justice for communities devastated by the opioid crisis. There are certainly far too many names to list, but I'd like to acknowledge a few, including Nicholas Akers, Senior Assistant Attorney General, Judy Fiorentini, Revising Deputy Attorney General, Michelle Burkhart, Deputy Attorney General, James Toma, Special Assistant Attorney General. For years, the California Department of Justice has been working to combat the opioid epidemic that has devastated families and communities across our state, rural and urban. This epidemic has torn families apart. It has overwhelmed local health systems. It has mangled city and county budgets. There must be justice for what was done, accountability for the crisis that remains with us today. And that is why we've put in a considerable amount of time to not just hold the peddlers of the opioid crisis accountable, but to secure financial assistance for the communities, so many of them tragically, that have been devastated. After years of investigations, last summer, as part of a coalition of states and territories, we announced a historic $26 billion settlement. $26 billion settlement, that's with a B. Once finalized, this settlement with the nation's three largest pharmaceutical distributors, Cardinal, McKesson, and AmerisourceBergen, and Johnson & Johnson, a manufacturer, will help bring desperately needed relief to people in California and across the country who are struggling with opioid addiction. Today, we are here to announce the next step in this process and a major milestone. Well over 400 California cities and counties, representing over 97% of our state's population, have now signed on to this historic settlement. As a result of these local governments signing on, California now stands to receive close to our full share of the $26 billion national settlement, which is over $2 billion. When finalized, the settlement will resolve the claims of both states and local governments across the country and require significant industry changes that will help prevent this type of crisis from ever happening again. The settlement will not only hold companies accountable for their role in fueling the devastating opioid crisis, it will bring billions of dollars to California to help those suffering from substance use disorders access the help that they need to recover. I want to remind folks that that is what we're talking about here. We're not talking about money. We're not just talking about numbers or percentages. We're talking about real people. We're talking about real lives, mothers, sons, fathers, daughters, friends pushed into the tentacles of addiction. Some were able to grab hold of a helping hand, able to get freed, but for others, the help never came. During this crisis, over 1 million Americans have died from an overdose. So tragic. Fathers found dead, alone on cold sidewalks, mothers dead behind locked doors, discovered by their children. Today's announcement can't bring back those lives. It can't heal the devastating pain families still cope with, but it can prevent future death, future pain. It can provide our cities and our towns with the resources that they need to tackle this epidemic. And that's what today is all about. We're one step closer to closing this dark chapter to creating a healthier future. This is a path we'll continue to walk. Today's announcement comes on the heels of a previously announced $573 million opioid settlement with McKinsey and Company, which will bring over $59 million to California for opioid abatement. And you bet our litigation against Purdue Pharma, Sackler family, is ongoing as well. Our fight here is far from over. With that, let me just close with a simple message. We won't stop holding folks accountable, whether it's a big pharmaceutical company on Wall Street or a fentanyl dealer on Main Street. As California Attorney General, if you harm families, we're going to make sure you face consequences. going to make sure our communities are safer and are healthier. Our work continues, but today, with overwhelming support from local governments, we are one step closer, bringing billions of dollars to California to fight this epidemic. Thank you, and thank you to all the hardworking staff at the DOJ who got us to today's milestone. Just so much work and so much talent and skill going into today's announcement. So really appreciate my incredible team for all their work every day. I'd now be happy to take any questions and want you to know that Judy Fiorentini, Supervising Deputy Attorney General in our Consumer Law section, is also available for any questions that may be more technical in nature. Thank you, everyone.